I don't know who I pissed off at work here, but they put me on a 2003 Chrysler Sebring for a bit of an oil leak. And as you can see, it's it's a transmission leak. He filled up the transmission and he doesn't know where it's going. I have a good idea, but it's also probably the same place the oil is going, which is, you know, anywhere else but the transmission. So, yeah. I don't know who I upset, but I'm getting my revenge. So I'm looking for this oil leak, or transmission leak, and one of my viewers, Mo Jelly One, had a suggestion, because I was looking all around here trying to find oil. You know, cleaned it off, drove it, didn't have any issues. It's nice and clean, stayed nice and clean. He said, look at the transmission cooler. Well, yeah, I didn't think about a transmission cooler, because on Volkswagens and things, the transmission cooler is literally in the transmission typically. So you don't have cooler lines running to a radiator or anything. So I was used to that. But yeah, it looks like I would say that the radiator is leaking out of the, or the transmission fluid is leaking out of the transmission cooler in the radiator, likely. It's usually one package, so that's probably where we're gonna have to start. But I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that. I freaking hope not. Hopefully he will do that, because it's his style of car. Alright, here we are at this awful, awful, awful Chrysler. It's clearly been leaking quite a bit. Just pulled out the airbox. See, airbox, just one bolt and undo that and you have this whole space. You can get these off real easy. They're just 7mm hose. I don't know if you can see, but this looks like it's rubbed quite a bit, like here, and also there's like a little bit of a kind of a slice there. So it might have been leaking out of those. But these have been on here for quite some time. So now I'm gonna go get some new hose and put that on there, and we will see how it works. We have a car. We have a car that is leaking coolant out of this cooler hose right here. I'll tap it on. So we're gonna go ahead and replace both of those heater hoses, just because they're getting oil saturated. Also, it's got a bit of an oil leak. I wiped off a little bit down here, and you can see it a little bit better back here. Yeah, so I didn't diagnose this, the boss man did, and so we're going to do a valve cover, and then we're also going to do a fuel pump gasket. I don't know why we're doing that one offhand. Like I said, I didn't diagnose it, so I'll have to look into that. But yeah, this is a 2006 1.9 liter TDI, and I will let you know as we get more things done to it. Anything interesting that I find that might be worth it. So what I'm thinking here is going to pull off the two hoses off the side here, and then I might go to the top to get the back heater hoses there that connect to the firewall. Might be a little easier to reach from the top. If not, then you can always reach it from the bottom. I'll just get really dirty while I stick my arm all the way up the engine. So my boss just explained to me why this diesel motor is the one that wears out the camshafts, and why it takes a super special oil. Because these camshafts use the rocker to push the valve, but it also uses the rocker to push the high pressure injection pump open, the valve open. So it puts a lot of pressure on that rocker. I mean, you see how thick these rockers are, how big they are, and how heavy duty they are. So if you don't put the right oil in these things, you're going to burn up a camshaft just because it's not going to lubricate properly. And it'll wear it out and it'll start popping. That's what he said. So I haven't actually seen one yet, but that's it. End of the day, we got timing belt down. I still gotta take the engine mount off, stuff like that. We're gonna be doing all this tomorrow. I just wanted to do a little bit today while I had some time, and so that's gonna be our day tomorrow. I think you'll enjoy it. Also, I plan to time lapse and maybe even make a little guide for that one, particularly because that one I'm really pretty good at. So I'm very comfortable with those, and it shouldn't take more than a few hours. Enjoy, and I hope you all have had a fun time. And sorry about not posting a video yesterday. I ended up going to the doctor, and it was a crappy day. So today will be much better.